Hi class, it's Miss Corbett here. It's a little before 11 a.m. on Wednesday, December 2nd. I have finished reviewing your work in Module 14, so it's time for a class notes video. In Module 14, which of course kind of straddled our break, I hope you had a great and restful break, we did a couple things. We learned about, through the video and reading, how to create visual compositions and what factors to consider. You took a reading and video quiz, and then you did this outline journal. Now, I've been through everybody's outline journal. In most cases, I didn't leave comments. I pretty much saved comments for the people who I was worried were misunderstanding the assignment. Even if you didn't get comments, though, I have some feedback that I want to share with everybody. As I'm looking through these outlines, I know that outlines are fluid documents. They're going to change, and that's fine. That's why I don't get in there and respond to each individual point. But I want you to remember a couple things. First of all, remember that we are doing visuals, not videos. They need to be visuals that are, stay in one place, not videos that include audio as well. We do that because making videos involves all these other aspects that we don't have time to consider here. So please make sure you're giving me a video. Not a video, but a visual, so that when I'm grading, it fits the assignment. Second of all, remember that you're doing two compositions, not one. One composition for the KSU students, one for KSU administration faculty. And it isn't about making one document work for both. You're building two separate documents. And I want you to think about audience when you're making all the decisions, right? First, when you're thinking about what type of visual composition, what's going to work for students, what's going to work for administration and faculty. But even if you decide to do the same type of composition, all the decisions within it should be different, right? That the strategies you would use to appeal to one audience, the way you would circulate it, the colors, maybe even the content included, all of that should be different or distinct to its specific audience. I'm not saying you can't have any similarities. Of course you can. But make sure that you're considering your specific audience in every decision you make about each visual. And remember also, I really recommend being as specific as possible with both identifying your problem and your solution. Saying, for instance, that students have a lot of anxiety. Well, that's true, but that's a pretty broad statement. Is there a way for us to get more specific? Are you talking about testing anxiety? Are you talking about social anxiety? Are you talking about anxiety when going to a professor? Are you talking about grades? Or are you talking about the content they're learning about? Anything, any way you can be more specific will make it stronger and easier, because the more focused you can be, then the more precise and direct your compositions can be. All right, let's talk about what's happening in Module 15, our last module. First things first, very important. Classes end on Monday. So our module will also end on Monday. So we don't have until Tuesday as usual. We only have through the end of the day on Monday. Write yourself a note, put a little alert on your phone, whatever it is. This is the one time we're different from our regular schedule. So most of Module 15 is going to be focused on peer review of your visual rhetoric projects. You will be posting both a full draft of your explanation essay and your visual compositions by Saturday as usual. So we'll have less time to respond, so the earlier you can get them up there, the better. But as before, you're going to be posting those and then responding. So you'll select from these prompts and make sure you identify your prompt in the subject line, because we don't want to hit the same prompts that other people have already addressed. So you need to address a prompt that someone hasn't. Of course, that's for an individual thread. You could respond to two classmates and use the same visual for both. The same prompt for both of them. But if somebody's already addressed number 2 for one person, then you don't want to do number 2 as well. Hope that makes sense. The other thing you're going to do is this grade calculation journal. As you know, we have this grade calculation spreadsheet I built, and in it are some boxes where you can put in your grades. And then if you only change the numbers in the boxes that are identified here in these directions, it should do automatic math to tell you what your grade is. Now, of course, there's a lot missing from the grade still. For instance, any Module 15 work, as well as the final. And so the final project. So for those things, the spreadsheet will calculate it as a 0. So don't be alarmed when that happens. That's what's going on there. But I encourage you to kind of plug in some possible numbers, see what would happen if you get X on the final project, or if you get another grade on the final project. See how that affects your overall grade. There's a few reasons I ask you to do this. One is that it requires you to go back through everything that we've done and look at your grades and make sure there's nothing that you thought you submitted that you haven't gotten a grade on, or that you're confused about the grade, anything like that. It also gives you a realistic idea of where you might end up at the end of the semester before you submit the final project, which can be helpful to know. It also allows you to check my math quickly. When I am grading your final projects, when I return them to you, I'll be giving you the final project grade, and I'll be giving you your final overall grade. And you'll have a very limited amount of time, like 24 hours, to get back to me and tell me if my math is wrong, or if you calculated something different. And that window of time will be a lot easier for you if all you have to do is plug in the numbers you've gotten since then. That way you can check my math very quickly and let me know very quickly if there's an issue. It's not common that my math is wrong, but it happens. So you want to be able to double check me. All right. So in addition to all of that, this is our last module, which means this is our last opportunity to use hall passes. If you haven't used one or both of your hall passes, you can still use them for work that you have not completed. You just have to contact me to tell me what assignments you want to use it for, because it won't work for all of them. And you have to submit whatever work that is by the end of Module 15, which is, again, that Monday deadline. After that Monday deadline, I can't accept any late work that you've used a hall pass to do. That is our hard deadline. So look back over the things that we've done this semester, see if there's any outstanding assignments and you think you can do them in the amount of time we have. Reach out to me, let me know if you want to use a hall pass. And if you're not sure if you have any left, you can always check the hall pass section of our grade book. All right, I think that's it for now. I am excited to see what you're coming up with these visual rhetoric projects. And I'll be excited to see what shows up on our peer review discussion board. All right, have a good day. Bye.